let's ask the CEO of the New Journey PAC, Autry Pruitt. Autry, what is it about these Democrat cities? They talk really nice, and then you look at their cities, and it's not so nice.
What's about the Democrat cities is really simple. They are not about, they meaning Democrats, are not about solving problems. They're about continuing to grab a hold of and continuing to get constituency that is of victims. In other words, they want to collect up victims. Every place they go, every city, they want victims, victims of racism, victims of poverty, victims of discrimination, victims of bias or prejudice. That's all they want because that's all they know. If they really wanted to solve problems, then they would take a completely different take. With regards to Mayor Lightfoot, for example, that should be the question. I don't want the Latino reporter not to go there. I want him to go, but ask the right questions. And that's the problem. Even the reporters that are getting upset about this issue, they're not going to challenge her. Even if they go and they get their questions through, they're not going to be asking the tough questions. They're still going to lob her with softballs. So we on our side of the aisle, we need to be about substance. We need to say, you know what? Although it is absolutely racist, Lightfoot, make no mistake about it, she is a racist. Instead of pointing out the racism, let's say, fine. If you only want to talk to Black or Latino reporters, great. We want those reporters, though, to ask real questions.
How do you even think of her celebrating 2 years? Like, who does that? Oh, I guess Biden does it, every Friday. Oh, another week done. It's like, what is it? Like, shouldn't you be looking at your results and saying, I did a good job. And if you didn't do a good job, get out of office.
This is because Democrats want praise for getting up in the morning. Democrats want praise for doing whatever they want to do. It reminds me of encountering back some time ago a father who said to me, listen, I'm a wonderful father. I go visit my kids. I take them to school. I feed them. So what? That's your job. You want praise for what your job is? Look at Mayor de Blasio out in New York. All these guys want is hand claps and cheers for stuff they should be doing.
It's unbelievable when you look at it, because even in Portland, it's like these cities, that mayor, he even moved town because he was like, he couldn't put up with all the protesters that wanted to kick him out of his apartment building. So they're just cowards. But like you said, they get awards. Of course, Governor Cuomo, he gets this wonderful award that he gets an Emmy because he's such a good governor. So what is this posturing? Why doesn't anyone hold these politicians accountable? Why are the people of Chicago still voting for her when there's absolutely nothing good to show for her work?
Because of the education system. We have an educational system that's pervasive throughout these big cities in the United States that basically tells you reading doesn't matter, math doesn't matter, true science doesn't matter. What matters is what's in between your legs, aka gender, or what you want to be in between your legs, and who you want to sleep with at night. That's what matters the most. So what we have is a class of individuals that have grown up in kindergarten, grown up in junior high, high school, and then educated at the university level, who are committed to being about form instead of substance. That's all Democrats are about. They're about image. Well, look at Hollywood. This is why Hollywood loves them, right? Because it's all about image. It's about how you look, what you're doing, the fashion, the stores. They're not about substance. That's why Hollywood is out for them in droves, because all Hollywood knows is about image. We love the images. We like the entertainment. That's what the Democrat Party, by the way, has become. I just had an epiphany on your show right now. What they've become is a place that is all about image. That's all they're about. Their image. They're about what can be seen, how they can be seen, and how long they can be seen in it.
That is a really good point. You're right. It is all about image. It has nothing to do with results. And I guess they think if they can recreate their image that people are going to forget who they actually are. But the people are smart. I think people are waking up to that. Can you tell us real quick what New Journey PAC is working on right now in between the election years to really kind of help motivate the base to take back their cities?
Right now, New Journey PAC is working on, we've got three major initiatives, but I'll tell you about one. Save Florida Schools, for example. Save Florida Schools, we're about getting parents involved in their school board. What we found is if you take out partisan language, let's not talk about conservative or left or progressive or Democrat, Trump, Biden. Let's not do that. Let's say, you know what? We want your kids to be educated. We want them to read at grade level. We want them to be able to perform mathematics, arithmetic at grade level. We find that every single parent agrees on that. So what we're doing in between cycles is focusing on things that we all agree on and not labeling them.
That is so wonderful to hear. Education is so important, especially with COVID-19, getting people out of school or learning virtually. Honestly, the work you're doing is amazing. Keep us posted on what you're working on, Autry, because it's inspiring to see that you haven't given